Hello friends, Jere Masih here with a new Trade of the Week video. First of all information in this video is provided for educational purposes only and is not an offer or a recommendation to trade future stocks, options or forex. This video is brought to you courtesy of my friends from CL Markets, Core Liquidity Markets, a lead broker in several financial instruments. You're going to find a link beneath the video where you can click and open an account with them, and they are going to give you additional credit up to $500 when you put money in your trading account. Okay, let's jump to our trade of the week. We have an amazing setup in the US dollar against the Swiss franc, and the thing is that we have a couple things to consider with this special trade. Okay, first of all, we are now in the daily chart, and we have a couple things to consider right here. First of all, we have this awesome objective target within the this is the June monthly pivot, okay, and this is going to be our core axis from this trade. Okay, this is why we are with a bullish kind of thinking. Okay, and the thing is that we have a really great trifecta and tomahawk setup with this Knoxville divergence and with this reversal tab. And remember that we are in the daily chart. Okay, so this special setup is not a everyday thing. Okay, with that said, we have to consider a couple additional things. For example, right now we have a really huge RSI divergence and also MACD divergence, and above that we have right now the price moving downwards in this movement and MACD divergent. Okay, so that's a really awesome thing to have in our direction. Okay, in addition to all of that, we have a couple levels that we need to consider if we are thinking in this trade. Okay, first of all, we have this huge historical low in the level of 0.8354. Okay, and if you pay attention to this red level, you're going to realize that if we break this level of 0.8999, we do not have nothing between this red level and this yellow level. So, in order to be clear, we do not want to be inside this trade if we break the 0.8999. Okay, we do not want to be inside this trade if we break this level, because we do not have nothing to prevent the price to go and try to test the historical level of 83.54. Okay, that's the main thing to have in consideration with this setup. Okay, but after that, all we have here is pointing up. Even the Bollinger Bands, I don't know if you know how I use the Bollinger Bands, but here we have a 500 period Bollinger Bands with two standard deviations. Okay, and we are right now outside of these Bollinger Bands, and this means that we are in a special 5% of the last 500 candles, and that is not a thing that we have all every single day. Okay, so everything is pointing to a correction in the current price. With all that said, we are going to jump into the 4-hour chart, and we are going to have a really cool thing to consider also, because we have right now a weekly target over here. This is the current weekly pivot, this is the last week weekly pivot, and this is the previous week pivot. Okay, and the price jump this level and do not touch the price, the level, sorry. So what we are going to do is target this level as an axis of this 4-hour setup, okay? And after that, we have a Knoxville divergence showing us the trifecta setup, and we are going to jump inside this trade when we break this speed up trend line. We have right now a double bottom, and the MACD is showing divergence, and RSI 28 as well. So if we break this level, we are going to jump inside this trade, targeting at least halfway of this weekly pivot that we have here. If we complete all the steps of this awesome setup, we could start with the building of the position with this breaking this trend line. And if we break this secondary trend line as well, we can target the main trend line. And if we finally break this main trend line, we are going to target the June, or at least halfway to the June monthly pivots. Okay, so a lot of things going on with this awesome setup. The most important thing with this setup is that we are going to be out if we break the red level of 8999. That's it. That's the only key part. That's the only strong level that we have to consider. And also we can consider what the price does when it gets to the 9078 level that I do not speak before, but is a level to consider as well. I'm going to refresh this, okay? Because the price is around that level right now. Actually, this previous low and the current price right now, they are really close. This resistance, or this really relevant resistance, is the 9078, and the price right now is 9045. So the first thing that we want to see is the breaking of the speed up trend line over here, this trend line. And after that, we want to see the price breaking this level of 9068. If both things happened, we are going to target at least halfway of this pivot. And if the break of this secondary trend line over here happens, we are going to target the main trend line. And if we break the main trend line, then we're going to target at least halfway of this June monthly pivots. Okay, friends, that's my trade of the week. Remember, do not over leverage your account. Be careful. Pay attention on the levels that we just speak about. And remember to like the video if you like these videos, these trade of the week's videos. That really helped me. And if you want to say something, please leave a comment in the box beneath the video. Okay, my name is Jere Masih. Thank you for being in the other side, and see you next time in the next trade of the week video. Bye bye for now.